So last one is all the WLAN, when they want to connect through the internet, they need to point it to the router, which is on the top here. So this one will become the gateway for them to go out to the internet. So when we want to start to configure the template inside our AC, we need to have our data plane. So like the first one, IP address pool. So you need to design that in all the device in the scenario just now, who will going to be add and become the DHCP server. So right here, they're going to decide that using the core switch, which is the Agile switch 12,700 to become the DHCP server. Then the next one, are we going to create the VLAN pool? Yes, we need. Like example, just now you have two different network, the left switch and also the right switch. They have two different VLAN. On the left, they have a VLAN 101 and 102. On the right side is actually using the VLAN 103, 104. So we're going to combine these two VLAN into the same VLAN pool. Then follow up is the AC source interface IP address. So as I mentioned earlier on, so the AC will going to using the VLAN 200 as its on management VLAN. So you need to decide that what is the VLAN will be used by the AC later on and what is the IP address. So for the group name, okay, the AP we also have to configure the group. So I'm going to use the building 1 and building 2 for all the AP here. So I'm going to using the AP 1 and AP2 are going to bind into the building number 1. AP3 and number 4 is belong to the building number 2. So the domain name, I'm going to use the default. Okay, and the remaining one, all will follow the building name. Okay, the SSID, security, and also the VAP. Now here is a configuration flowchart. So start from the left to the right. Configure the large-scale WLAN. So split to 3 different parts. We need to configure the network connection. This is the most important part. Before all the AC and AP can able to go online, and before they can able to form the CAPWAP tunnel, the first thing they need to do is make sure all the routing, the layer 2, layer 3 is success. Make sure they have an end-to-end connection. Configure the interworking between the NEs. Configure a DHCP server. So as I keep mentioned on the earlier on, all the IP device, when they want to go online, they require the IP. So if we don't using the static IP configure on our IP device, then everyone will depend on the DHCP server here. Okay, the third one, configure the IP address and the route. Don't forget to configure some of the routing. So once we already make sure all the communication from all the end-to-end, the AC, DHCP server, and many other access switch. So the next step, we're going to configure the AP and make them can able to go online. So from here is a classic. So you can see the first step, we always need to mention, right now we're using what country code. Because the different country, they might using the different channel to run it. Example, in the America, US, the total channel they can able to use for the 2.4 gigahertz the channel, okay, they only have 11 channel. For our other country, they have up to 13 channel. So the usable channel is from 1 to 13. Of course, the non-overlapping channel is still 1, 6, 11. So this is all about the country code here. Then next, configure the AP group. Set the CAPWAP parameter. Configure the AP upgrade method. These are also very important. So when all the device is just new bought, okay, you just buy the equipment from the Huawei, and You notice previously all the firmware is already outdated, so you have to upgrade manually. All right, so then you have to choose the mode that you want to use. Okay, FTP upgrade, the AC mode upgrade. Okay, many. So the next one, configure a source interface. So which interface you're going to assign for the AC, like the measurement VLAN 200, like just now I mentioned. So you need to point this one as a source AC interface. Then lastly, add the AP to go online. So after we configure everything from here, the last step, don't forget to register your AP into your AC. Then another step over here. Now we can start to configure the WLAN service. So now we need to know what is the VLAN pool. Okay, what is the security profile from here? So you're going to select what kind of the security profile to protect your user data. Okay, how the way you're using the authentication. So they can support WEP, WPA, WPA2. Okay, the next one, configure the SSID profile. Okay, and also send to the VAP. Then the last one is apply the VAP profile to the AP group. So this is all the steps we need to do for configure the WLAN service. And here will be all the configuration using the CLI. So they're going to base on the interface here and configure. So now they go to the system view using the interface gigabit internet 001. And then configure. Yeah, before like that, here I have some of the configuration we have to do that. So we need to enable the VLAN first before we configure anything later. So we go to the system view, enable the VLAN. VLAN page 200, or you can just simply put VLAN 200 because I'm going to add one VLAN 200 inside my AC. That's all. Okay, now after I add the VLAN 200 inside my AC, I go to the interface G001. I'm going to make this port become the trunk link. So this is the command I'm going to use here. Okay, port link type trunk. Port trunk allow pass VLAN 200. That means in this trunk link, I only allow the VLAN 200 to pass through. Okay, then the next one is happening to the switch also. Switch will need to configure the VLAN 100. Then go to the interface there. Interface G02, configure the trunk link. So from here, you need to tell them what is your current default VLAN. That means when any frame they go into this interface, we will automatically become to the VLAN 100. And then it will going to allow all the VLAN 100 to pass through. So this is how they actually did on the access port. Because this interface is going to connect to the AP. Okay, this is the way how they're going to configure. And then they're doing the port isolate enable. Okay, this is the configuration for the DHCP server. So as you can see, I already show you up some of the configuration. Okay, so I believe this configuration will be same as the previous one that I'm showing you just now how to enable that. So in order to run the DHCP server, we need to go to the system view and enable it using the command DHCP enable. Then right now I want to using the VLAN 100 to become my DHCP. So that means this one will be the VLAN 100. I'm going to make become my management VLAN for all the AP. Because right here, they're going to show you the configuration for the IP address to the AP. So when every AP connected to the call switch on the top, so they're automatically getting the VLAN 100. So when they're getting the VLAN 100, all the traffic will point to this interface VLAN 100. So right now, what I'm going to do on the next, I'm going to assign the command using the IP address followed by the IP address 10.23.100.1 space, then the subnet 24. So right here, I will be using the DHCP and select the global, then quit. So followed by IP pool. So right here, I want to create the IP pool because on previous one, I haven't created any IP pool yet. So from here, using the command, I return to the system view using the command IP pool AP-pool. So this is just a name. Okay, anyway, you can replace it with any name here. Okay, now right now I already entered to the IP pool. So don't forget to give your gateway. So sometimes you might don't want to pointing the gateway back to this call switch. Okay, you maybe want to point to the router or maybe to the firewall. Right? Depend on your network environment. Then the next one, you need to giving the range of the IP that you want to assign to the client. Oh, this is for the AP. Okay, so this one will be the range of the IP we're going to assign to the APs. So the user network 10.23.100.0 space mask space 24. So that means the IP I'm going to assign to my AP can start from .2, the host address, and end with the host address is .254. Okay, unless you're putting the exclude IP address from here to remove certain range of the IP that you don't want the DHCP to assign to the AP. So right here you can able to see some of the example how to using the option 43 again. So using the option 43, okay, followed by the sub option 3. Okay, this is what we need to use. 03. Okay, ASC II space followed by, okay, from here, right, you need to put in the AC IP address. And why they're going to do this one? Because right now, the AC using the VLAN 200 and the AP is using the VLAN 100. Both of them is belong to the two different VLAN. When these two equipment, the AC and AP belong to two different VLAN, then the broadcast from the AP is not able to reach to the AC. So that means the AC will never getting any the broadcast discover from the AP from now. So that's why from the DHCP over here, right, we need to force all the AP, right, when they want to look for the AC, please send as a unicast and don't send the broadcast anymore. So this is the IP address. When all the AP getting the IP address from a DHCP server, all of them you automatically know where is the AC. So this is the next step. Previous one, we configure the DHCP server actually is used to assign the IP address for all the APs. So now this is a step for configure for all the access client, all the user. So as the user, we have the VLAN 101, 102, 103, and also 104. So all of them is just repeat the same way. So they show you one of the example from here. Right now, just take an example. I'm going to touch on the VLAN 101. So from the system view, I will using interface VLAN 101 from here. Then I will automatically go into one of the virtual interface. Okay, interface VLAN 101. I try to assign the IP address from this interface. I put 10.23.101.1, then space 24. Same again. DHCP select the global, quick, and create a new IP pool. So this time I'm going to name it as STA pool number 1. So you can do it this one same to another VLAN also, like VLAN 102. You can create one more pool. It's called STA pool number 2. Okay, VLAN 103 is belong to STA pool 3. Okay, it's up to you. So now I already entered to this STA pool 1. So don't forget to point to the correct gateway that you want to select and the network address and so on. Right?